pineal gland. Right? And this one not only to help to maintain our life in the present time. He the one to connect us with the cosmic energy. He is the one to connect us with the oneness energy. And He the one to help us to liberate or to lift up our spiritual life. This is the most important. That's why you see the nature protects us perfectly. Why it has to be hidden in this part? Because when we walk, when we run, we have a tendency to fall front, right? So we can hit our forehead 100 times. It's broken, it's bleeding. But it's not really a big deal. We don't have any severe consequence of that. But we rarely fall backward, right? No way, unless we are very uncareful how we get into any outward position. So that's why it is hidden in this spot. And whenever we fell backward, it hit in here slightly. We see we had an impact right away with the vision, with the memory, and with the psychological body. I mean the mind, the mental, we have an impact on that. Because the pressure is very tiny and it only water, the fluid is only water, nothing in the pineal gland. And you see the mass behind that, too big. So if we fell and we get hit, the pressure will impact on that. How many times? More than 10 or 20 times at least. So that's why it needs to be hidden in this corner. And also because it not be protected by the brain barrier, blood-brain barrier. So the toxic, the chemical, the calcium can get through. Some other part in our brain be protected by the blood-brain barrier. So that is a good sign, but again it has a downside. The good side is when you have any toxic substance, it is filtered out. The bad side, because when we want to use some antibiotics, some medication to treat some condition, it cannot penetrate through. You see, every phenomenon it has a good side and a downside. But and then this guy, the good side, he has no barrier because he be protected too carefully. But then the bad side, because he has no blood-brain barriers to protect him. So if we consume life in the present with too much chemical, too much calcium, the unnatural calcium, it will calculate deposit around this one, and it will cause poison for this one. That's why we end up with blurred mind, tiredness, unconsciousness, and depression, psychotic problems. Too many. It's rising up recently. So, in the water, in the refined sugar, in the toothpaste, in the food, everywhere, it has all chemical or calcium. Even though we try to drink a lot of milk, again, the calcium in that can go deposit in here, and it will block the one and it makes the blood, the unclear mind or the mess or the transition information out from this secret headquarters. So that's why protecting our brain cell is number one important task we need to do. The second one, back to the liver. If we stay too late, wake up too late. If we not urinate, not have bowel movement in the morning, again, it is simple, easy to understand. Because overnight, the body tries to filter, to keep out all the toxic substance in the body through the urine, through the feces. And then if in the morning we are resting, we don't do it, we don't get rid of that. The gas, the toxic gas, will re-penetrate through the body wall, the gallbladder, the intestine wall, something like that, and it will back into our bloodstream. Again, when we skip breakfast, we overeat. And usually we skip that because when we skip breakfast, we don't have energy. And I will explain the mechanism of wrong eating, wrong portion yesterday. When we eat dinner too late, it not bring to the storage to store correctly. So the next day, when they have no breakfast, no energy to work, it cannot find any storage in the storage place. So, and then we be exhausted, we be stressed, and then the free radical build up. Eating raw or overcooked. Again, this one, will depend on the situation. If the person builds meat or animal product, they may, you see that why some Westerners, some Americans, they like to eat raw vegetable or salad, broccoli, carrot, really raw, and it tastes nothing. But because when we build meat, refined sugar, too much salt, so we need to have this one to extract by the broom to wet out the extra energy on the chemical, on the toxic substance out. So in that situation, the benefit will be bigger than the risk. But if we don't eat much protein, meat, and we eat raw food like that, as I explained to you yesterday, our body doesn't have enzyme to break down cellular. And most of the treasure, most of the nutrition or the good stuff, is not living outside. It's hidden inside the molecule, inside the fiber molecule. So if we don't have an enzyme to break it down, so when we eat it, our tongue cannot take it. So even though we chew, but because we don't have enzyme to break it down, when we swallow, the stomach has to work harder. And the liver, the pancreas, the gallbladder, trying to synthesize something, trying to do something to break it down, to take out something. But because that's not our main food, so it doesn't matter how much it tries, it still cannot get much out if we don't have a good way to extract it out. So when it tries to work, what happens? Spend our energy, overwork, and especially the stomach has to secrete a lot of acid. And what is the consequence for that? The energy is exhausted. The blood becomes more acidic. The immune system is suppressed. When the immune system is suppressed, the liver has to try to help to keep it up. But it already overworked because it tried already. You see, so now it has to overwork, has to work more, draining our energy and be tired, exhausted. so that when we eat raw food incorrectly. So in that situation, the risk will be much higher than the benefit. On the other hand, we have overcooked food. It has many different effects. First, you see when we overcook or simple, very simple, not mix many together. So what happens when we eat the overcooked, the other good substance will be destroyed, no longer have nutrition in there. Okay? And then because when we overcook, it's very well done. So the digestive system doesn't need to work. If we eat that for a long time, it becomes lazy. Right? Because we don't have to work anything. We don't have to squeeze, we don't have to chew, we don't have to secrete the enzyme to digest and break it down. Because it's well cooked already, it's too soft. So if we use that for a long time and then the digestive system becomes lazy and the function will go down. It looks like our hand. If we have a cat, we will have a broken bone. We have a cat on for about 2-3 weeks. The muscle scream, right? We cannot move after we cut where we remove the cat. The same thing happens for all the gland, all the organ, all the activity in our body. Whatever we have, if we not use it properly, okay, it will slowly going down. And if we overcook the food when we combine too many things together, especially when we add ingredient additive, it's much more dangerous. Why? Because remember, even though that is a vegetable, even though that is a natural product, but it's still a chemical structure, right? And when we put too many things together, we cook for a long time and we add additive ingredient, that means a catalyst, to stimulate the reaction to occur. So it will come out many unpredictable substances. It makes it harder for our body to digest. So then what happens? When the body receives that kind of food, again, liver is the headquarters of the digestive system. Have to try it out, find out, synthesize some enzymes, some digestive fluid to take care of that compound, that substance. Because the longer we cook, the more ingredient, the more thing we put in, the more substance unpredictable. So the liver has to work more, try to resolve that. And it spends energy, and the worst thing because some of that becomes toxic and it has to be detoxified. So that it runs out of energy, it's harmful. And also the same mechanism, whenever our stomach receives a strange food, it has to secrete the acid, because that is the only thing our stomach can do. Secrete the acid and squeezing to try to break it out. And the more acid we secrete it, the blood becomes acidic and the immune system is suppressed. When the immune system is suppressed, to protect it, the liver and the immune system have to try to keep it up. So they now have to overwork again. So the energy is exhausted. So it will go back and forth like that, and finally, okay, it will damage the liver cell. So it happens the same thing like consuming processed food, preservative, additive, even fried food while we sick or taking medication. We're talking about the synthetic medication. So all of that will make the liver have to work more shorter. Alright, so that is something we should need to take in consideration, to take good care of that, especially for the Asian population. Now the Asian population have a very, very high rate for liver cancer. Not only going through the hepatitis B or hepatitis C, it may go straight to liver cancer. And right now the Asian population about triple compared to the other population. So be careful. One of that, because I think the Asian population view the added in the ingredient. But secondly, the Asian population love to eat fried fruit, and the oil when it is reused, that means it heat up and cool down, especially in some cooking pan is not good, it will create a lot of toxic substance. And the next one, the water contamination. So that's why right now in the Asian population, the rate of the liver cancer really, really high. So we'll be careful. Once in a while, at least every 2 or 3 months, we should do the liver blood. Okay, to clean it up. We should have a period of a few days or a week for it to take breath by just drink the vegetable juice, the fruit juice, don't eat any solid, don't eat anything hard to digest, and etc. And also, we can do that once a week. We can take 1 week, one day per week, or 1 day every 2 weeks. We will have at least, we have 52 weeks in a year. If we can let it drag for 1 week, every 1 day every 2 weeks, so we have 26 days in a year. Even though it's not deep, like the 7-day or 10-day purification, but at least it helps the liver to relax, to restore the energy, and to boost up our immune system. Alright, let's see the next thing. The next thing we should talk about, that means again, the food we eat, it will impact our characteristics and impact the whole society. How many of you are aware about the GMO? GMO, you know what it stands for? Genetic modification of organism. That means we use the genetic technology to put or to select the good gene of one organism, so we can transfer that to the other organism. So what happens? For example, when we eat bread, sometimes you don't see the seed in there, right? And the sugar content is too high, the size is too big. The same thing happens for a lot of, right now we have about 12 or 15,000 seeds. The apply the GMO technology. So what is the consequence of that? The first thing, you know that because it's not a real organism. So if we inject that, our genetic DNA will be modified too. And you see that why now the issue of transgender is increasing. You see what we eat will have become that, right? So the other thing, it has a potential to spread now really quick, really far away. Only in one field of wheat, only a few seed or a few flower, the pollen, it lands on that field. Next year that field will be eradicated. Because the law protects all the GMO technology. So they say, okay, you violate, you steal that technology, so the old crop will be destroyed. And we have to use the new technology. And the new technology, okay, the farmer cannot use their own seed to plant for the next crop. They have to buy. Because they sterilize already. It's only one time growing. Even though it can have the flower, it can have the fruit, it can have a seed, but when you take that seed, you replant it, it's not growing. So that's just a business issue. What we're talking about, the genetic issue and how it impacts the human being and the whole universe. Because we violate the natural law. And also, even though we distinguish or we categorize the plant, the tree, the animal, the many different categories, but it still has a link between one category to the other. But it has to be a little different. It has a link, it connects with each other. But now we take the gene of the animal, we plant on the tree. We take the gene of the tree, we plant on the animal. So it messes up all that one. So we create a whole bunch of different creation, different organisms. So it will mess up the energy of the cosmos. So that is a big issue. And if we're not aware about that, we use the product of that, and then we end up with a lot of different conditions, the disease. We cannot diagnose. Because it's not from the human being, it's not from the animal grass, it's not from the planetary grass. It's just a mess, the mix of everything. So, and then when we ingest that, when we consume that, that means we support for that energy to grow. And when that energy grows, it will affect us, not only the body, but the mind. You see, because we're not ready to know about the consequence of that yet. So be careful when we select the food we eat. Also, another thing in for people still consume a lot of animal products. And we talked yesterday about the gas building up in our belly, in our intestine. It's a very toxic gas. And we already talked about the experience between the vegetable, the carbohydrate, and the protein. And we see the protein is the one to give out lots of gas, lots of bad smell, lots of worm, bacteria, right? So look at the anatomy structure. How many sharp teeth we have? Only 4, right? We have only 4 sharp teeth compared to the total of 32. So what is the ratio? Only 1/8, right? So that's why you remember I talked about the food pyramid from the AMA recommendation or ADA recommendation. So how much we can eat the protein? Less than 1/8 in our total energy a day. We okay. But if we violate the law and we consume more than 1/8 of the protein, especially the animal protein, that means we already violate the law based on the structure of our teeth. Secondly, going down the track. Yesterday we already talked about when we eat carbohydrate, the only enzyme can break down that in our saliva and that in our mouth, right? So when we eat meat, has to be digested in here. And what is the important digestive fluid in the stomach? The acid. So the more meat, the more animal product we consume, the more acid we produce. And the more acid we produce to digest, to break down the protein, the more blood becomes acidic. So what happens when our blood becomes acidic? The immune system disappears. See? Next one, the pancreas. Not only to secrete insulin to take care of the sugar, it has to secrete the lipase to break down the lipid, the fatty acid, and it also has to secrete the protein to break down the protein. So when we consume more than the ratio allowed for our body, the pancreas has to take care of the protein and the fat, so it will have not enough time and energy to take care of sugar, and that is one of the causes of it, leading to the high blood sugar. But all that not the big deal yet. Down here is very important again. Because when we ingest meat, you know the length of the digestive system for the animal, the one to eat meat or the animal protein. The length of the intestine only 7 meters long. And the transit time, that means the time when it first put in its mouth to the time it passed out in the anus, only 7 to 8 hours maximum. And our human intestine, how long? 10 minimum to 30 meters. It's almost double. You see? So if we overuse meat or the animal product, the time for it to travel to here will be longer. And what happens? We ferment it. The gas build up and experience we do yesterday, it will come out, it will release a gas, and that gas is a very toxic gas. It will penetrate through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. And also the transit time for the human being, usually 18 to 24 hours. So if we eat meat, we should have 2 to 3 bowel movement a day. If we eat vegetable, once a day. See, that we follow the natural law according to the anatomy, structure, and the length of our intestine on the transit time for a human being. But if we eat vegetable, we don't have real meat, and we have 2 or 3 bowel movement a day, we will skinny, losing protein or energy. We can cut out too quick. We didn't have enough time to ferment it to absorb. So, if we view protein, another side effect, you know what? Because if our stomach receives the protein, animal protein, it has to secrete acid for it. So when we don't have that, the stomach still has a habit to secrete the acid. And from that, it will rise the acid level and will have a reflux. So that is the problem of the stomach, and it suffers that. The other problem with that, it will have an extra acid, and it will break down our own tissue in the intestine. Some of that leads to the autoimmune disease. Because if our body can produce the acid and the enzyme to break down the animal protein, it can break down our own tissue too. So that's why some people, or lots of people, have a problem with multiple sclerosis, autoimmune disease, degenerative disease, because we abuse the animal protein. So, that's just talking about the health issue. Talking about the energy level. Do you know that the way they raise the chicken, the cow, the pig, they feed the animal with unnatural food. They feed the animal with growth hormone or the other product to let them grow faster, right? So inside they let it grow faster, bigger, quicker. But externally they try to let it stay in the small space. So what happened? Stress, angry, upset, feeling. All of that energy relating to where? Into the muscle, into the flesh. You see the way the Asian and other countries, they consume the animal products totally different. The other country, they consume the animal product, even though if they ride the animal in that bad way. But fortunately, okay, when they consume the whole thing. From the liver, the heart, the intestine, the skin, the bone, right? From the head to the tail. And they spread that in the whole community, local community. So the energy will spread out evenly. But here in America, we consume only fat. We eliminate skin, we eliminate bone, we eliminate everything else. But the toxic concentration, the dead energy concentrate in the fat only. and we just inject that and we eliminate. So now the ratio is maybe multiple times more than it's supposed to be when we divide, when we share it out completely evenly. See? And then when we inject that, the material will be eliminated out of our body within 24 hours, maximum 48 hours or 72 hours. Right? If you have a complication, 1, 2, or 3 days, you need to find medication to get rid right away. But what remains in our body? To let it grow, to transfer from one generation to the other generation, that energy. That energy. Not only the good energy, that means the protein, the good energy to support us, but also the bad energy. The fearness, the angriness, the upsetness, the worriness. Alright? So think about that, and more and more issue on the environment, on the energy, the cosmic energy related to that. But at least relate directly to our body, to our health.
Con phúc nữa là.
Alright, it's a time for us to take a break. Thank you very much again for listening. And we have about 15 minutes to come back for the working meditation and keep on. Thank you.
Nói còn có 1 phút là hết phim đó là cái gì?